verbal abuse towards children can be as damaging as sexual or physical abuse. It's a startling fact, but research backs it up. Let's delve into the hidden impact of verbal abuse on children. It's an uncomfortable topic, yet one we need to address. Picture this: an enormous compilation of 166 earlier studies, all pointing towards the same shocking revelation. Verbal abuse, shouting, name-calling, belittling comments. All these can cause as much harm to a child's development as physical or sexual abuse. This isn't about an occasional raised voice. We're talking about consistent, harmful behavior. It's not just a loud word here or there, but a constant barrage of negativity that can echo in a child's mind long after the shouting has stopped. This comprehensive study brings to light a grim truth that we must confront. Childhood verbal abuse needs recognition as its own category of maltreatment. It's a call to action for all of us. The damage is real, and the impact profound. As we journey further into this topic, remember, it's not about blame. It's about understanding and change. Unlike other forms of emotional abuse, verbal abuse stands out as more overt and thus requires special attention. Now, what makes verbal abuse unique? It's its overtness. Unlike other forms of emotional abuse that may be subtle and covert, verbal abuse is often loud, clear, and direct, making it more noticeable and unfortunately more damaging. Picture this: a child being shouted at, belittled, or constantly criticized. These actions are easily discernible, leaving no room for ambiguity about what's happening. What's more, because of its overt nature, verbal abuse leaves a clear and lasting impression on a child's mind. It's like a loud, dissonant chord that reverberates in their mental and emotional space, causing distress, confusion, and fear. This makes verbal abuse uniquely damaging. It's not just the words that hurt, but the tone, the volume, the intensity, all contribute to the harm inflicted. And here's the thing: the overt nature of verbal abuse also makes it impossible to ignore or overlook. It's right there in your face, demanding to be addressed. And that is precisely why it is so important for us to recognize it, understand its impacts, and take necessary actions to prevent it. Verbal abuse, by its very nature, cannot be ignored or overlooked. It demands our attention and action. While physical and sexual abuse have seen a decline, emotional abuse, particularly verbal abuse, is on the rise. The landscape of child maltreatment is shifting, and it's not in a direction that many would expect. The bruises and scars of physical and sexual abuse are becoming less frequent, yet we are witnessing a surge in the invisible wounds inflicted by emotional abuse. This rise in emotional abuse, specifically verbal abuse, is a troubling sign of the times. It's more overt, more prevalent, and can be just as damaging as physical or sexual abuse. What's causing this shift? It could be a reflection of changing societal norms where physical violence is no longer tolerated, but the harmful words and emotional torment often slip under the radar. However, there's a silver lining here. The decline in physical and sexual abuse indicates progress, a testament to the efforts of countless individuals and organizations working tirelessly to protect our children. Yet, this progress should not blind us to the growing menace of verbal abuse. These trends underscore the urgent need to address the growing issue of verbal abuse. Consistency in defining childhood verbal abuse and providing resources for adults to avoid harmful behavior is imperative. We need to understand that words carry weight, and they can leave an indelible imprint on a child's psyche. It's not just about the words that are said, but also how they're said and the context in which they're delivered. We need to establish clear definitions of what constitutes verbal abuse to make it easier for everyone to recognize and prevent it. This is where resources come into play. These can be in the form of books, workshops, online courses, and counseling services, all designed to educate adults about the harmful effects of verbal abuse and equip them with the necessary tools to communicate effectively with children. The importance of education cannot be overstated. It's through education that we can break the cycle of abuse and create a safer environment for our children. It's about instilling values of respect, empathy, and understanding in our interactions with children. Remember, Change begins with awareness. So let's all strive to be more aware of our words and actions and the impact they have on the young minds around us. Together, we can make a difference. Recognize verbal abuse, educate yourself, and help create a safer environment for our children. Subscribe to our channel for more insights and information on this critical issue. Thank you for taking the time to understand the unseen scars of verbal abuse on children. It's a topic that often goes overlooked, but the effects can be lasting and deeply damaging. However, knowledge is the first step towards change. By watching this video, you've taken that first step. But don't let the journey stop here. Share this video with friends, family, co-workers, anyone that interacts with children. By spreading the word, you're helping to increase awareness of this issue and potentially helping someone realize their actions may be harmful. Additionally, consider subscribing to our channel. We provide regular content on this and other important topics, aiming to educate and inspire change. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date on the latest research, strategies, and insights. Remember, change begins with awareness. Together, we can make a difference. Subscribe to our channel and join us in this journey towards a safer, more understanding world for our children. Only then can we truly break the cycle of abuse and pave the way for a healthier, happier future for our little ones. So, let's get started. Share, subscribe, and let's make a difference together.